Tack så mycket. Ingen av oss pratar svenska, jag pratar skånska och Aris kör sin del på engelska eller grekiska. Ni får själv välja. Skånskan finns det inget alternativ till, så det får ni försöka klara. Är det någon saker som är oklart eller någon fråga så får ni gärna fråga vår kollega Pelle där med eller oss sen efteråt. Vår plan är att Aris som grundade företaget Gaea ska prata lite om olivolja och hur man på bästa sätt smakar och vad som skiljer en bra och en dålig olja åt. Och sen under tiden så ska jag stå här och väsnas lite och vispa en chokladmousse som vi gör utan mejeriprodukter, utan nötter och sådär. Utan det är basen i choklad, den moussen är den här olivoljan och choklad. Jättegott är det. Har vi lite apelsin i också. Så tillsammans med fruktigheten i oljan och apelsinen så blir det jättegott, jag lovar. Det är ingen slump jag är bredast på mitten för jag tycker om god mat. Så vi börjar med det ordet till Aris och sen så avbryter jag lite ibland så kan jag bara visa lite hur vi gör den här moussen på bästa sätt. Låter det bra? Kör vi? Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm not very fluent in Swedish, so I will have to speak in English. Please excuse me. I have a question for you. Where does the world's best olive oil come from? Who wants to answer? Please. Other countries. Greece, Italy. Okay. Maybe somebody wants to say Spain. If we had anybody from Australia or California, we'd say Australia and California. So, what is the truth? First of all, I will tell you what we believe in the Mediterranean. Not only us Greeks, but everybody living in the Mediterranean is convinced that the best olive oil is the one that comes from his own village. So everybody thinks that his village olive oil is the absolutely best. Now, let's see what is olive oil, what is extra virgin olive oil, because we are talking about extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is the juice, the natural juice of the olive. Imagine you pick some oranges, you squeeze them, you have the fresh orange juice. So extra virgin olive oil is the fresh juice of the olive. Does all fresh juices from the olive qualify as extra virgin? No, because still the olives have to be very healthy, they have to be picked up very carefully, and there has to be a very small time between the time you pick the olives and the time you press them. This is how you get a very high quality olive oil that can be classified as extra virgin. Now, let's go back to the question that which country's olive oil is the best. The truth is that in any place that olives grow, you can produce an exceptional quality extra virgin olive oil. So you can get a very high quality extra virgin olive oil from Greece, from Italy, from Spain, from California, from Chile, anywhere you can produce. So why we Greeks claim that we have the best olive oil in the world? Here I'm going to tell you a statistic by the International Olive Oil Council, which is part of the United Nations, and it is a very objective statistic. 80% of the Greek production qualifies as extra virgin. The equivalent percentage in Italy is 50%, in Spain is 20%. And in all the other countries, the quantities produced are minute. So this is why we say that Greek olive oil is the best olive oil. 80% classifies as extra virgin. Why do we say that we know olive oil better than anybody else? Again, I will tell you a statistic by the International Olive Oil Council. If you look at per capita consumptions, who consumes most olive oil in the world? We in Greece consume 20 liters per person per annum. Spain is 11, Italy is 9, France is 1.5%, and Northern Europe is just 1 liter or below 1 liter. So we consume more olive oil because it has been part of our culture and of our food for 4,500 years. The first olive press in the world was found on the island of Crete, 2,500 before Christ. The first under-the-earth olive oil storage tank was also found on the island of Crete, also 2,500 years before Christ. So it is a product that has been part of our nutrition and our culture for 4,500 years, literally. And we use it everywhere. We use it in food, we use it in medicine and cosmetics, we use it in desserts as well. And you are going to taste from Anders a combination of chocolate and olive oil to very healthy foods, rich in antioxidants, combined together and delivering an excellent taste. Because it's important that you have a healthy nutrition, and olive oil is definitely helping for that. But if the food that you eat tastes like medicine, nobody really enjoys and is very miserable. So if you want to really be happy, you have to have a good health, and a healthy nutrition will give that to you. But it has to be also very tasty, because if you don't enjoy the food, then you're miserable and you're not a happy person anymore. And this is what olive oil is delivering, at least for us, the Greeks. So, are we preparing the hot potato test?
Yeah.
To help you understand, because the most difficult thing for the consumer is to stand in front of a shelf. You have all these bottles, different origin, different labels, different prices. How do you pick an olive oil? It's a very difficult thing. I cannot solve this question for you, but what I can tell you is a very, very easy tip. A very, very easy way to find out if the olive oil that you have bought is of high quality. Now, olive oil tasting is a science. It's a very complicated thing. It is like wine tasting. And if you look at the tasting notes of people that are doing official tasting of olive oil, you will see something like that, which is a little bit difficult for the average person to understand. So, this is a spidergram. This is how a qualified person in olive oil detects the various flavors and the various tests of the olive oil. This has been created also by the International Olive Oil Council, but it's definitely not something that you can do at your home and you wouldn't know how to do it. So, what we are proposing, the easiest way, is the hot potato test. Now, you're all going to get a baked potato. It's nice and hot, and you have a small shot of olive oil. And what you do, just drop the olive oil on top of the hot potato, and then just smell. If your olive oil is low quality, it will smell heavy. You don't need to be an expert. It's going to be an unpleasant smell, or even very little aromas at all. If your olive oil is a quality olive oil, the moment it reaches the potato, the aromas are being released. And then you should look for the olive leaves, the olive fruit, grass, freshly mown grass. It's a sensation of freshness. This is what we call in olive oil fruitiness. And fruitiness is one of the three main quality characteristics of olive oil. So just drop the olive oil on the potato and smell when the potato is hot, so you can get all the aromas. Now, if we were at our own facility here and we had also a very strong fork, after you do that, just smell. You don't have to taste it. Just bring it close and smell. And this should give you the olive oil that has dropped on the potato. Smell above the potato, and this will give you the sensation and the flavors of the olive oil. Now, if we were at our own home and we had a strong fork and a plate, then you start mashing the potato with the olive oil. Just smash the potato with a fork, put a little bit more olive oil, a little bit salt, and a little bit oregano or fresh parsley, and you have created a mashed potato that is extremely tasty, is extremely healthy. And also with the hot potato, you can also taste the flavors of the olive oil. It's very difficult with this wooden fork and this small potato, but at least it should give you an idea. And you don't have any salt, so maybe it is not the absolute best taste that you can get. But the hot potato test will never let you down. You have a high quality olive oil, the hot potato test will tell you. You had a bad quality olive oil, again you will know. So, don't throw the potato away, this nice baked potato, and create a nice potato puree, mashed potatoes with the olive oil, adding a little bit of salt, oregano and parsley. How are we doing on time? We're okay. Now, we said fruitiness is the first quality characteristic of the olive oil. It's this sensation, this aroma of olive fruit, of olive leaves. Let's see what are the other two quality characteristics of extra virgin olive oil. As you can see here, it says fruity, which is the first quality characteristic, and then it says bitter. Is bitter good? Bitter is a quality characteristic for olive oil. It's this sensation of slight bitterness you have in the mouth that is great also for the chefs when they cook a dish, because they can marry it with all the other food and create something very tasty. Bitterness is not only a quality characteristic, it's also one of the main reasons why olive oil is so healthy. The bitterness is the antioxidant inside the olive oil. So it's these polyphenols that create this antioxidant effect in your body. So bitterness is a very big quality characteristic of the olive oil. The other quality characteristic is pungency. Is this peppery burning on your throat. Peppery burning on your throat when you taste olive oil. And if you taste olive oil and you taste more straight, like a qualified taster, sometimes you will cough because of this burning on the throat. Now, about 2 years ago, Professor Bocham in the University of Philadelphia, a biologist who was working all of his life with ibuprofen, this very strong medicine against inflammation, the strongest anti-inflammatory medicine in the world. And you know, modern medicine considers all the serious diseases of the human body as inflammations. So Professor Bocham was working with ibuprofen, was doing all kinds of tests. One of the tests that he was doing was tasting it. It was tasteless, odorless, but it was burning him in the throat. Then the good professor came to Europe and out of fun decided to taste olive oil. He tasted olive oil and found that his burning was more or less the same. So he went back to the university, he did an analysis of olive oil. He found a substance called eleocanthal, and eleocanthal has exactly the same pharmaceutical properties like ibuprofen. So if you have a diet that is rich in olive oil, as we do in Greece, approximately 50 ml per person per day, we take, in a natural way, 10% of the ibuprofen pill every day through the olive oil. The last and most interesting discovery, now that omega-3 and fish that are rich in omega-3 are extremely trendy, and everybody is trying to enrich the diet with more fish, another professor in the United States, the former head of the National Institute of Health, made another discovery. If you add olive oil on your fish, if you grill the fish as we do in Greece, and then you add fresh, high-quality olive oil on top of it, then you increase by 50% the absorption of omega-3. It helps your metabolism take more omega-3 from the fish. And the same applies if you fry fish with olive oil. So this is another new thing. We keep finding things about olive oil and how healthy it is and how it helps our body. So how are we doing with the mousse, Anders?
We're doing fine, thank you. Jag har börjat fuska lite under tiden Aris pratade. Jag har vispat en maräng på bitarna. Och sen här är äggula och socker och lite rivet citronskal. Och i den här lilla bunken har jag vanlig enkel smält choklad. Det behöver inte vara någon sån här väldigt fin choklad. 50-60% choklad funkar bra, väldigt favorit. Sen i den smälta chokladen ska vi addera generöst med olivolja. Och då väljer vi den från Gaea på Kreta som är väldigt fruktig, blommig, mysig och god. Så. Ungefär 0,75 deciliter till 150 gram choklad. Och sen ska vi ha en munfull kontroll. Ja, lite till. Spriten hjälper apelsinen lite på vägen. Men det mysiga som ni kommer att smaka sen när ni smakar dem, det är att olivoljans fruktighet och apelsinen ligger väldigt nära varandra, så förstärker varandra lite grann. Sen har vi smält choklad och här har vi de vita vispade äggulorna. Ska vi slå sådär så ser sådär gott ut så här. Oj, så gott det ser ut. Så. I med allt det goda. Och det sköna med den här chokladmoussen, det finns så många avancerade recept på chokladmousse som kan spricka eller bli konstiga. Det här kan aldrig gå fel. Det blir rätt varje gång. Här har vi choklad, ägg och lite rivet citronskal och olivolja. Så vänder vi i vänder vi marängen. Först lite grann, vänder vi lite kraftigare så här. Och sen stoppar vi resten med lite försiktiga, mjuka, mysiga rörelser. Så, det där ser inte så svårt ut, va? Vi har förberett lite så ni får smaka den sen. Men när ni äter den så försök känna att den där olivsmaken finns där tillsammans med apelsinen.
That was quick. Yes, we have more things to say.
Yeah, that's good.
Some more things to say now about our olive oil. First of all, our brand name Gaea comes from the ancient Greek mythology. In the ancient Greeks believed that in the beginning there was cows. We discovered cows. We still have some cows in our country to deal with. Anyway, in the beginning there was cows, and then Gaea, which is Mother Earth, appeared and gave birth to the seas, the skies, and the mountains. And this is the history of creation in ancient Greek mythology. So this is our brand name, a symbol of fertility, of the goodness of earth, of environmental awareness. Talking about the environment, one very important feature of our olive oils is that they are the first carbon neutral olive oils in the world. Now, what does carbon neutral mean? It means that we have estimated the carbon dioxide emissions in the atmosphere for our entire activity, from the field where the olives grow till the bottle reaches the shelves of the supermarket in any place around the world. And we have found our carbon footprint, and for every kilo of carbon dioxide that is emitted in the atmosphere from our activity, we pay a Swiss organization called My Climate a fee. They collect fees for many people that do the same things like we do, and then they invest this money in renewable energy projects in developing countries around the world. So this is carbon neutral. The most important element of being classified or certified as carbon neutral is not that you pay for what you pollute, but having studied the entire chain of how carbon dioxide is being emitted in the atmosphere, you are able every year to intervene. And by doing something, be able to reduce the carbon dioxide that you emit in the atmosphere. Because if you know, then you are able to reduce. And if each one of us, in his daily duties, could reduce a little bit the carbon dioxide that is being emitted, then the impact to the environment would have been very big. Having said that, let me tell you that olive oil is an extremely clean product. So 1 kilo of beef, 70 kilos carbon dioxide. 1 kilo of tomatoes, 35 kilos of carbon dioxide. 1 kilo of olive oil, only 4 kilos of carbon dioxide. Olive oil is one of the cleanest productions and the cleanest products in our planet. Last but not least, and something that for which I am extremely proud, is our international awards. Our olive oils have won over the years 62 international awards. We are the most awarded olive oil in any part of the world. In the United States, in Russia, in Germany several times, in Denmark, in Greece of course, and 3 times world champion by the International Olive Oil Council. So, any questions? We have for you here a small booklet on how to taste olive oil, the hot potato test, and the recipe for the mashed potato. And we also have for you here the recipe for the chocolate mousse. So if you like what you have just tasted and you want to reproduce it, it's very easy. Is it, Anders?
And if you don't like it, then take the leaflet anyway, so you don't do it the same way. Tyckte ni om chokladen? Ja, bra. Busenkelt, inget konstigt, bara enkelt, goda grejer blir bra. Vi har en monter lite längre ner, C1021. Där säljer vi de här små söta flaskorna och det finns där att svara på alla era frågor. Så är ni glada är vi glada. Tack så mycket.
Thank you.